We are live on the squared circle. I even switched that. Everything else in between.
And Toyman immediately having difficulties.
Golly, there we go. We are live on the squared circle. Oh my gosh. Buffing issues.
Well, one of us is buffing, one of
All right,
us is
I think I'm
buffering.
going now. You know, it's one of those things. I'm
There we
on
go.
an old computer. My computer crashed, and I'm still trying to get it up and going. And so I'm still using an old computer and trying to do everything I was doing on my newer computer, and it's not working. So,
Wow.
But we are live on the squared circle. It is the Toyman Chris Hill, along with Jay Kirby, back for another edition. Lots to talk about today as we prepare for Craving Carnage coming up this Saturday in Alvarado, Texas. The long return to Alvarado, Texas. It has been a while since we have been in Alvarado, so it is time to get back to it. So 7 o'clock bell time, and we will talk all about the show today. Lots to talk about with that.
That is right, Chris. We have a huge show coming up Saturday. There are multiple matches, a lot of title implications. This is a good looking card, by the way. We talked a little bit about it last week, but this is going to be a heck of a show. A long overdue, in my opinion, overdue return to Alvarado, which is in fact the same building that I had my first APW show at. So it'll be good to be back in Alvarado. Good to see the fans there. But this is going to be a heck of a show, and I'm stoked for it.
Trying to get everything shared out. Like I said, everything stalled, so I'm a little bit late to the party here, but that's
We'll teach you how to podcast one day, Chris Hill. Don't
someday,
you worry.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing they pay me the big bucks, because I couldn't get a job anywhere else.
They had to triple your salary after the last commentator quit.
Yes, that was the case, and but anyway, Alvarado, Texas, this Saturday night, we will have a couple of debuts and some other great stuff to talk about. But we will have, let me do this here, make it a little shorter. There. Chris Chaos will be in action, making his APW debut, taking on the Agtown ace, Alec Woolsdale. This is going to be possibly, with a card like this, you never can say, but this could be match of the night. It is going to be incredible, these two in action.
Now, I'm fairly new to Chris's work, but I've been very impressed with what I've seen so far. Alex Bullsdale, we've seen him before, longtime staple of APW. He's making his return after, I believe,
the
his last
same building.
match. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
you heard that right? It wasn't
just
me.
Yes, okay. No, it was me.
But I believe the last match he had was against our cruiserweight champion Seth Anunnaki. So he is making his return from that minor injury. He's looking to maybe even get back in the title chase for Seth's title, the cruiserweight championship. So let's see what these two gentlemen have to offer Saturday night. But they're gonna kick the show off hot and heavy.
No, I think both of them will have a strong standing and a chance at Seth. They're gonna be looking for him. So definitely, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out, because they're both in the hunt, and Chris has titles elsewhere and is trying make his debut at APW, and everyone wants to come and take the APW gold. So
it is a prestigious title to win. It's been held by some of the TCW, nice to see you. It's been held by some of the best cruiserweights in not only in APW but in Texas. Period. So this is one of our hottest divisions. This is one of our it's the most competitive division for certain. Everyone trying to take shots into this title. So it's going to be exciting to see what these two gentlemen can bring.
Johnny Robinson in the chat. I do have a clarification. Johnny did tell me that he is not mad at me. So I
well, that only makes one of
last
us.
Week. Yeah.
I hold grudges.
You still hold grudges. Okay, that's King Outlaw's still not talking to me. So I guess maybe he does too.
Whatever could you have done to upset the great and powerful King Outlaw Jason Bruce?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I came to celebrate. Like I went to celebrate with him, and the fact that Anyway, speaking of King Outlaw, he will be in action as well against the magnificent Mike Rogers, who will be our guest later tonight. King Outlaw has had some strong words for him earlier today on social media. I guess. Nah, we'll wait. We'll play that when Mike gets on and let him hear in case he has not seen it just yet. So, but
this is going to be a fantastic match.
We already talked about the best match on the card, John. I'm sorry.
But neither of these. Don't hold grudges, get revenge. Oh, don't worry, Amber. I will. I'll get my comeuppance. I'll get my comeuppance against Chris Hill. Don't you worry. I'll figure out a way. That being said, as much as me and Jason, at first I used to say we don't see eye to eye anymore. Now it's closer to butting heads because we could, in fact, see one another across the ring. That being said, Jason is a physical specimen. The man is in the gym constantly. Thank you, Anthony. It is in fact autographed. So, but Jason is always in the gym. He's always working harder to get bigger, to get stronger, to get better. And Mike is no slouch. We saw him a few months ago against Xander.
Thank you, Amber.
That makes two people on Chris Hill's side, and he's one of them. But Mike is not a slouch at all. This man is. I mean, we saw in his match against Xander. He has an excellent physique, a great gas tank when it comes to being in the ring. So this is going to be an athletic competition. It's not going to be quite as high flying as Chris and Bullsdale, but this is going to be this is not going to be a quick little beat 'em up brawl. This is going to be a damn fine match.
Yeah. And I know that King Outlaw is no stranger from going to the ropes and flying. For a big man, that's pretty impressive. So yeah. Then we will also have Tucson, Dunn, and Bodark Bronson tag teaming against Trey Jackson and a surprise partner.
Now we had correct me if I'm wrong on these letters, Chris, because I have dyslexia. APR, correct?
Yes.
APR, Tucson and Bodark. These two men are fighters. They are down and dirty brawlers. They can wrestle when they need to, but they are tough hombres. We've seen them go back and forth. We've seen them go back and forth. We've seen them go back and forth with Trey and Ricky Jackson. We saw I wasn't trying to stir up trouble last week, but the despicable attack on Ricky, as terrible as our CCTV footage was, they jumped Ricky like straight up. And so now Trey has been searching for a partner. I saw him on Monday in class for training ground. trying to find a partner. He's been sending messages out, carrier pigeon, smoke signals. He's trying to find someone who's got to have his back here. Surprisingly, he ain't asked me, so I don't know what that's about, Trey. We'll talk about that later, but who knows who he's bringing.
Welcome, Haas. Looking forward to
Haas.
June for
Nice
sure,
to see you.
Haas. That's
but whoever Trey is bringing in this fight, I hope that they're ready for the fight that they're A, signing up for, because this ain't going to be a walk in the park. B, I hope that they're ready for the brutality that they're signing up for, because Tucson and Bodark are not slouches. This is going to be down, dirty. There's going to be...
All right.
Okay. We have
Partner
it officially here. Trey has found a partner.
And not you, obviously, since you're
pitching
your name in the hat.
I don't see any missed messages from Trey Jackson. That's for certain. Okay. So we will see who this mystery partner is. But someone my father asked, not me.
Yes.
Oh, Ricky has pulled out a favor.
Ricky has pulled out a favor on that. So
that's interesting and concerning at the same time. But Trey has found a partner, so these four men are gonna go at it. There is a lot of bad blood between these three and whoever this fourth man is.
Yeah, I know Bodark and Tucson were talking a lot of smack, saying that no one was going to be with him. So, hello, Drew.
Mr. Anime himself, Drew. Hello.
Before we get into the rest of the card, time flies when we're having fun. Let's take our first commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
Are you ready to start your fitness journey today, but don't want to deal with the hassle of big, overcrowded franchise gyms, or tired of waiting on gym equipment? Then head down to AFC Advanced Fitness Center in King, Texas, where we're locally owned and operated. That's 2221 FM 2280 King, Texas, where we offer several different memberships starting out at $23.99. We also offer 24-hour memberships and also tanning. Don't forget to call us and ask us about our first responder discounts and our educator discounts and also veteran discounts. Call us at 817-506-0003. That's 817-506-0003. Call us today and let's get healthy together.
Looking for unbeatable daily deals on the hottest vapes and treats? Head to Vapor Labs. Discover amazing sales on Geek Bars, Core Infinity Vapes, and a variety of delicious gummy treats. Find us at 1301 West Henderson Street, Suite 1, Cleburne, Texas, right between World Gym and Bright Dental. Don't miss out on your next great deal at Vapor Labs, your one-stop shop for all things vape and more.
Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleburne or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
Our next show will be this Saturday, Alvarado, Texas, May 17th, Craving Carnage. We're ready to go. So, chat was heavy during the commercial break. So, let's see, Trey, I have same sentiments as you, Jay. Hello, Brady, Mr. Owens.
Mr. Owens.
In. Speaking of Mr. Owens, WSN, DC Network, YouTube, everywhere. When this show is over tonight, Metal Mayhem 2 will be debuting on all the platforms. So stick around for a whole night of wrestling. It will go live at about 8:35 is kind of the planned time frame for that. So, we'll be done at 8:30. Run to the bathroom, get a snack. And
that's my goal. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hop off here, disconnect the call from Chris Hill, and go open up Metal Mayhem. Such an amazing show, such a fantastic night. You can hear it in my voice towards the end. I start losing my voice on the mic because I'm screaming so loud and so amped at what happens that night. So go check it out. No spoilers here for any of you who haven't seen it, but you're in for a treat immediately following this podcast. That is correct. Alvarado is where APW and WSN first collided. So it's going to be interesting to see what
WSN was
brings.
invited and then very rudely interrupted by Mr.
By the same man, by the way.
Yes.
Rock Band invited them and then interrupted them.
Yeah, but
I feel like he did it on purpose.
Well, you kind of get it that way, but
or I mean, at his age, he probably forgot that he invited them.
I would say I resemble that. All right, let's see. We also will have the North Texas title up for grabs as the American Viking Xander Slade will take on Max Volume Beckett for the championship. Max was a contender for that title when it first came out, and I think he wants it now.
This is going to be an excellent fight. Xander has been off training. He has been going through some trials of his own to increase his strength, better his game, increase his resolve. So this is his first defense of the North Texas title since winning it at Metal Mayhem. So this is going to be quite the task. This is not going to be an easy win for Xander. This is going to be, okay, hey, it's time to prove why this title means so much to APW.
That would put Alvarado in July. That would.
I'm not against Alvarado in July.
Let's see, July 26th to be precise. So we'll have July 5th in Keene, July 26th in Alvarado, Texas. So
look at that.
Yeah.
And then
I would blow past this match, except the competitors are
don't you dare, Chris Hill. Don't you dare. Because while one of these teams I despise with all of my fiber and being, another one I respect extremely highly.
And that is exactly why I'm bringing it up, because the Book of Eli will be challenging the Posse for the APW Undisputed Tag Team Championship. It will be Eliezer and Elijah Cortez taking on Big John G and Big Herd, probably Rock Band in their corner. I mean,
more than likely. More than likely, Rock will be. Hey, look at that. Jason graced us with his presence.
Yes, Jason, don't be. It was an accident. Promise. You can have the ticket. I've told you that. You can have it.
Anyway, extra salty tonight.
Yes. So, speaking of,
hold on. Let's not blow past our tag team championship match.
I get, the Book of Eli deserves the time. Yes,
the Book of Eli is one of the best up and coming teams. I've watched both these gentlemen when they were running singles matches, and they are some of the finest, just pure all around wrestlers that I've seen. And now that they're teaming up, this is easily going to be one of the toughest tasks that the Posse's ever faced. And I will be very respectful tonight towards Mr. Bruce because I actually like Joey Garcia. We got to roll around a little at Training Ground on Monday. I got to see what Joey's all about in the gym. Jacked and Juicy was probably the Posse's hardest fight since they won the titles. This is one of their toughest competitors yet. Book of Eli might give Jacked and Juicy a run for their money on this, because these two gentlemen are premier athletes, top tier talents, and they are going to take it to the Posse. Posse is not in for an easy night come Saturday.
No, I am definitely looking forward to it because it's going to be an incredible night all around. It will be in Alvarado, Texas, coming up this Saturday night. Craving
Less than
Carnage,
48
7 o'clock
hours.
bell time. As of noon today, there were still VIP tickets available, which is not very common in Alvarado. Those VIP tickets usually sell out. I guess maybe since we haven't been there for a little while, but you can get your VIP tickets in Alvarado. Plenty of seating in Alvarado though, so front row may sell out, but the rest, there's still plenty of room there. So, but get your tickets early. You want to get there.
You want the best seat in the house. But Alvarado is a fantastic venue. For those of you who usually join us in Cleburne, it's not too much farther away. For those of you in Keene, it's right down the street. So go check this show out. It's going to be fantastic. Alvarado's a fantastic venue. Accents are when two people. He said he doesn't need your charity, Chris. You going to take that from him?
I take a lot from
listen.
I mean, I can't. Yeah.
Jason's probably just upset because Joey hasn't texted him back. Or vice versa. Joey did. Listen, Joey was at the gym for most of the training session Monday evening. He had to leave early because of family. Completely understandable. Very respectable of Joey. He didn't say a word about Jason the whole time he was there. He talked about the work. He talked about getting ready for what's coming up in the future. He was talking about his cardio. He's talking about his basics because even as good as Joey is, everyone needs to improve on their basics. Didn't say a word about Jason for almost an hour and a half. Not a single thing about King Outlaw. So I'm sure he is a little bitter about that right now.
Never know. So, but in the wings, we do have our guest for the evening. Before we take our next commercial break, let's bring on the magnificent Mike Rogers.
Yes, let's do this.
As we talk a little bit about King Outlaw, because he does have a big match with King Outlaw Jason Bruce this Saturday night. How are you, Mr. Rogers?
I'm doing magnificent. How are you guys doing today?
Mike, I don't know which way you want to go with that.
Good evening, Mike. Welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Now, I don't know if you saw the promo earlier, but I was waiting for you to get on so I could show you that, in case you had not seen it. But King Outlaw did release a promo earlier tonight, and I'm just going to go ahead and play it.
Let's see it.
This Saturday, May 17th, Johnson County Pioneer, Old Settler, and Reunion Grounds, Craving Carnage. That's a real good name for this show. Because unfortunately, I've been having to prepare for this weekend in a different mindset. Cinco de Mayo did not go the way I wanted it to, not precise. And unfortunately, the way I'm going to have to deal with the posse in my own way, I've come to realize that I'm going to have to turn back into that person that a lot of people don't like. I'm going to have to remember who the hell I am, and that is the King Outlaw Jason Bruce, which is good for me, probably bad for a lot of other people, but definitely bad for magnificent Mike Rogers this Saturday.
Don't you cross the line. What you see is mine. Battle scars to show. It's written in.
Mike,
Strong
thoughts?
words from King Outlaw.
Yeah, I mean, we can't deny, the type of athlete and competitor that Jason Bruce is, but quite honestly, he seems a bit distracted with other things, and I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to keep his mind on the game once him and I are in the ring together on Saturday. So that's all I have to say.
This is fair. I mean, listen, I've been stirring the pot pretty hard here, but him and Joey are on the outs, which, it breaks Chris Hill's heart that his favorite tag team in the world is in the middle of a break. It's okay.
Well, worries me
Chris.
that Jason Bruce is going to go back to his old ways too. I mean,
Which, trust me, I'll get there. But him and Joey are on the outs. He lost the Cinco de Mayo battle royal to Chris Hill of all people, and lost his match against Levi Lucas for the heavyweight championship. Man, that's 3 strikes, and this man's immediately turning back into old King Outlaw. Sad to say, Mike, that might mean Saturday's going to be a rough night for you.
Yeah, I mean, it might, that's for certain, but honestly, I know I'm dead focused on what I have in front of me and what I got going on my plate. So I don't think he could say the same. Honestly, I'm not, like I said, it's hard to deny, the type of competitor and, professional wrestler that he is. But if his mind's not in the game, that's easily going to leave an opportunity for me to, make a statement for myself returning back to APW. So.
No, definitely. If his mind's not in it, you have the speed advantage. I mean, you have the youthfulness. I know you have the skill. So I mean, it's going to be a battle. I mean, he may have a little bit more more experience in the ring, but
yeah. And I mean, speaking on that, I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about going back to the old King Outlaw. I've only seen him in that little tag team with that other guy. And quite frankly, I don't think he's focused on what's actually ahead of him. He seems to just be, trying to rekindle the past, and that never seems to work out for anybody. So,
well, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more with Mike Rogers. Talking about, we'll talk a little bit about your career so far and how you got into things. All right, so we'll be right back after this.
Let's do it.
Hello from Stitches, Clings, and Things, where we offer custom t-shirts for personal wear or business apparel. We even offer vehicle decals and even custom crochet items like beanies, blankets, coasters, and more. Please contact through our social media platform on Facebook or call us at 817-666-8027 and even email us at stitchesclingsandthings@outlook.com.
Hi, welcome to Henson Photography. We do all kinds of photos. Sports photos, family photos, and shows like APW. We have done rodeos, volleyball, basketball, cheerleading, color guard, promos, and many more. Henson Photography is family owned and ran. So come check us out on Facebook at Henson Photography, and we will see you at the next show.
Do you want to advertise your local business to a wider audience? Well, why not advertise with Johnson County's best pro wrestling promotion? Have your business showcased on Roku TV through the DC Network throughout episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and also through the Squared Circle podcast. For inquiries, please email advertisewithapw@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back, Mike. Let's talk a little bit about your career. How did you get into wrestling to begin with? What drew you to being a professional wrestler?
So, I mean, I've always been a fan of professional wrestling, growing up, watching with my dad and my brothers and stuff, practicing, because I'm the oldest, so practicing all the moves on them, growing up forever.
Yeah, that's what you do with younger siblings.
Yep.
Absolutely. Similar to, I mean, a lot of people, I watched growing up, and then I started getting involved with my own sports and athletics through middle school and high school and stuff. Growing up in New York State, upstate New York, less than an hour from Montreal, Canada. And then I moved down to Dallas a few months before the WrestleMania in Dallas, and was able to attend that show with a couple of my friends. And really seeing it live and in person again gave me the confidence and spark to take this journey myself. So I found a school here in West Texas, and I've been, on the grindstone ever since.
How long have you been wrestling?
So my first match was in November of 2022.
Okay.
Yes, so almost 2 years, about a year and a half. So,
Well, I can say that we've been very impressed, especially by your match against Sander at Iron Paradise for such a short stint in the business. A very impressive showing for someone who's, no disrespect, relatively inexperienced. That's very well done.
yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I attribute my, natural athletic abilities, all the sports I played growing up, and just a lot of confidence has helped me, reach the point where I'm at right now. So,
Well, with a physique like that, even Chris Hill could be confident.
hey,
If I had a physique like that, I'd have reason to be confident in there.
I appreciate that compliment, but it's well earned. So I work hard to try to stay in shape. So, oh, what's Jason saying? He knows that there's a heck of a lot better wrestling in coming out of Montreal than there ever has been in Texas. So that's all I gotta say.
Easy,
Those are fighting words there.
easy.
Hey,
Let's
no offense to you
not
guys.
get
No offense to
crazy.
you
I love
guys,
the Hart family. I love the Hart family, but
Easy now. Let's not get us thrown off the air or anything like that. But to answer a question you had earlier, Mike, and to comment on Jason's input, the old King Outlaw, the who the hell he was, to steal his quote, was a despicable piece of you know what. And so him being on this, I don't want to call it a losing streak. That's a little too harsh. But this downward spiral, this downward trajectory, he may have to resort to some of those older, less than reputable tricks. And nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, Chris. I'm not going to get angry on the mic again. I'm not going to do it. John is trying to egg me on.
Yes. John's tried.
I've had some tea earlier tonight, so I'm calm and collected.
Okay. John's a very smart man. He knows exactly what he's talking about. So
okay.
Sorry about that. Sorry, just stating facts over here.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it for Mike tonight. No,
oh, dang it.
So, Mike, you, because of your relatively newer status, who did you train with here in West Texas? And then who are some people on that list of possible future opponents that you're looking forward to, that you want to really lock up with?
Ooh. So here in West Texas, I'm still training at the Rampage Dojo under Eric Grayson. You guys know AXL, Axel Savage. He came out of the same school. There's a lot of untapped potential here in West Texas that unfortunately doesn't get to be, broadcasted as much. But I mean, I'm making that a mission to try to get, the West Texas and the Rampage Wrestling name, the Rampage Dojo, trying to get recognition that, we have fought for and we are really deserving of, to be honest. So, and opponents. So truthfully, if you would have asked me a couple weeks ago, I definitely would have said, Jason Bruce. But I don't know if I really don't know if I want to waste my time on somebody who seems to be, not as focused on me, if that makes sense. But yeah, and actually I've never wrestled Axel Savage before. We've trained together and we've been at plenty of shows together, but I've never been one-on-one with him. So that would be a very good opponent, I'd say.
No, that'd be an excellent match. I know having returned to the ring recently, I've been eyeing up a few people, and Axel's definitely on that list. I'd love to lock up with Mr. Savage and see what the two of us could do.
Absolutely.
So what has been your favorite match so far? Any memorable ones?
My favorite match so far. So, not to get into the lore of it all too much, but I had a manager for a while, one of my people who I thought was a close friend. He came to my side. He was injured for a while. He helped me out. We traveled the roads together, going different places. But then he decided to turn his back on me during my first ever steel cage match a couple months ago. And I was able to wrestle him and beat him. His name is Blood Moon Ricky Luna. And I put a quick ending to whatever he was trying to gain out of taking advantage of me or riding my coattails. But I'd say my last match that I had was probably one of my favorites. Can't deny the steel cage match. Those are always, well, I've only had one, but it was quite the experience being able to be even more brutal and destructive inside of the steel cage. Honestly, wrestling Xander, although I did not quite come out on top, that was a pretty fun match for me as well. And I'd say my match against Jay Alexander a few weeks ago, that was
I
a
was
pretty
gonna say,
cool opportunity
I saw
for
that
me.
on the card. Yeah.
That was a cool opportunity. And although I may not have came out on top, I think I won the flex off in the beginning, and that's really what matters to me. So
Jay's a beast for sure. He was champion here for quite some time. So that's
yeah, he's a real good athlete, and I see he's doing some pretty big things. So having the opportunity to lock horns with him and not was a cool experience. But hopefully the result will be different the next time I get that opportunity.
yeah, Jay out traveling the world. I got some
Mhm.
insight into what he's doing, but can't, you got to keep it on the DL right now. So
Yeah, of
looking forward to
course.
that, definitely. So
Mhm.
I will say you made to make Amber a fan of Bruce. That's that you
Wow,
did something tonight. I mean,
You
that's
you've gone above and beyond.
Hey,
uh
John.
oh,
John. Oh, come on.
John's always
I was just saying you're my man. Come on now.
you made
Ask
Jay
him.
you made John a fan of Jay.
Hey, I'm just doing you guys favors. I'm just selling more tickets.
Sell more
So you
tickets.
guys
Everyone's
can
gonna
thank
come
me
out
later.
to see Keeg Outlaw now. That's
Hey, whatever works for me.
uh whoever knows.
Yeah.
All right. So and you spoke of the steel cage match. I'm just bringing it up. I know you're not in Metal Mayhem 2, but that will debut as soon as our podcast is done here shortly after 8:30 on DC Network, on YouTube, and on WSN. So if you're watching us on Facebook right now and you want to watch that show, you need to go ahead and download something so you can watch that. No matter what your device is, you can get WSN on, you can get DC Network on Roku, and obviously YouTube on all devices as well. So, but what any tales from the road, any experiences that fun experiences, anything weird's happened to you while you're on your trips? I know of
I've
one.
I've definitely had some weird stuff happen. I popped 2 tires on my fiance's car the last time I went to APW, which
Yeah.
was quite the experience. I made it to the show and it seemed fine. Went out to grab something out of my car and saw it was kind of leaning a little bit, and so that was a fun experience. Not actually, but
Yeah.
a real fun experience. I'd say I took a road trip with Jamie Holly. You guys familiar with him?
Yes.
Jamie Holly, Dad Bod, he's out of Austin, Texas, and then Ricky before he decided to show his true colors. We took a trip to Arkansas I think in February or early March, and we were able to be on the same show as Wildfire Tommy Rich. So that was a pretty cool experience. And yeah, traveling to Arkansas. That was my first time ever in Arkansas. So being able to be on a show with him was cool. So
Arkansas's fun. I like it. I like Arkansas. I just
hey, that probably makes one of us. So
well, I can say that there's promotions that are better than others, obviously, but there's some nice sights to see in Arkansas. But coming up this Saturday night, we do have Craving Carnage. Let's run through the card one more time, and actually, before we do that, it is time for our last commercial break. Let's do the last commercial break, and then we'll come back and run through the card one last time.
Gotta pay the bills.
Right after this.
Let's be real. No one likes being locked into a contract or getting hit with surprise fees. At Advanced Fitness Center, we keep it simple. No contracts, no cancellation fees, and no nonsense. You pay month to month, and if life happens and you need to cancel, no problem at all. No headaches, no fine print. This is a great gym that works with your schedule and budget. So, if you're tired of the runaround from other gyms, come see what makes AFC different.
Are you enjoying watching full episodes of Advanced Pro Wrestling on the DC Network? Well, why not catch a live show? Advanced Pro Wrestling is bringing action throughout the year in Johnson County. Catch one of our shows live in Cleveland or Alvarado, Texas. But what are you waiting for? Visit advancedprowrestling.com and get your tickets today for the next live show and come be a part of the APW experience.
Our next show will be this Saturday, May 17th, Craving Carnage in Alvarado, Texas. There is still time to get VIP tickets, front row tickets, anything you would like. They all, everything is available. Were you carrying your own teeth or someone else's?
Oh my goodness.
I was at that same show with Amber. That was that one was a fun show.
I ironically enough, I made a joke like that once while I was wrestling in Virginia, because Virginia has, licenses that you have to get and promoters license and whatnot. And I joked with a friend of mine who ran shows in North Carolina, only about an hour south. And I said, North Carolina, all you need is a ring and a missing tooth. And then he smiled and showed me the giant gap between his teeth. And I was like, I guess I was right.
All right. So we will have in singles match Chris Chaos taking on Alec Bullsdale. Mike, are you familiar with both these gentlemen?
I'm not quite familiar with Chris Chaos. I have seen, and I feel like I've met Alec one time, but I can't say I'm super familiar or friendly with either of them. But I mean, just from the graphic, I feel like that'll be a good match.
It will definitely be. It'll definitely be on par for a great cruiserweight match. These two are going to be high flying, and when you think of indie matches, it's going to be one of those. Yeah,
it's always exciting. So.
Then obviously your match with the King Outlaw, Jason Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, not much more needs to be said. Like I said about the last one, I mean, look at the difference in the promo pictures. I'm looking magnificent. Jason, he's even looking distracted in that picture too. I don't know how you even made that happen. But yeah, I'm just hoping he has his head on straight and can make his way to the ring once the time comes. So.
Then we will have Tucson Dunn and Bodark Bronson taking on the Sanctuary. I mean, it's Trey Jackson and a surprise partner picked by Ricky Jackson.
Handpicked by Ricky Jackson.
Surprise partner. You can't really prepare for that. So I think you got to give the advantage to Trey and whoever he's got coming with him. So.
Yeah, it was interesting talking to Bodark and Tucson last week, and they're not worried. They're fighters. I mean, they're definitely ready to fight. Here's Boldark, as I say. Boldark, you may not have been on earlier. They said Trey said that Ricky has found a partner for him, and handpicked by Ricky himself. So he's not alone, but we still don't know who it is.
Guess we'll have to find out.
Then your previous opponent, the American Viking, Xander Slade, taking on Max Volume Beckett. Have you crossed paths with Max Beckett before?
Yes, I've never actually, locked horns with him, but I've been in the same locker rooms as him a few times. And yeah, I'd say it's definitely two conflicting styles. And I'd say just defaulting to, the champion. I think Xander, I mean, if he beat me, he could beat anybody, right? So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that one.
Strong words there. Well. And then our main event of the evening will be the Posse. Big John G, Big Herd, along with Rock Bannon, taking on the Book of Eli, Eliezer, and Elijah Cortez. It's going to be an all-out brawl here. That's for sure.
Yeah, I see, I've got Elijah Cortez on the social media stuff. I see him working out, lifting some heavy weights, but quite frankly, I'm not sure what kind of training you can do before getting in the ring with the Posse and, the kind of destruction and stuff I've seen them deliver over videos. And like John mentioned earlier, I'll give him the shout out now. I did have my first match in APW was a triple threat with John G, and he defeated the both of us. So I know firsthand how powerful and strong he could be. So yeah, I hope the Book of Eli's got some tricks in one of those chapters to help them out. So
Trinity doesn't like him very much. So I mean, they're betting against the Posse. So that's
I mean, Book of Eli's and not exactly a slash of a tag team. Both gentlemen. I can answer Mike's question. What you do to beat the Posse is you work on that cardio. If you can outgas those two large men, you have a chance of beating them. And this may be the team to give them their challenge.
Yeah, you never know, but also having your own little guy on the no pun intended, having your guy on the floor really could kind of distract them, put them in the same headspace as Jason Bruce is going to be, and not focused on what's actually going on. And you never know. All you got to do is the Posses just have to get their grasp on one of them, and it could end pretty quickly. So
fair enough.
Thank you, Haas. We will have a great evening and looking forward to your return. What is it, June 26th for Haas? He'll be back in action. 63-year-old outlaw now. Not saying.
Gotta
More
respect that.
power to him. Yeah. I just stepped in the ring and I got tired. That's
Hey, sometimes those steps are pretty steep, man. It's
yeah,
all good.
no,
It's all good.
It's hard on an old man. I don't know how Haas does it for sure. That's So what's next for Mike Rogers?
So, so I've got this weekend. My home promotion here, we just giving us a little shout out. We at Rampage Wrestling, we just joined the Lubbock Chamber of Commerce. So we're actually performing next Thursday at the Lubbock Business Expo, trying to get more eyes, more sponsorships, that type of stuff. I'm really excited for that. I'm making my way back up to Colorado at the end of the month. And that little twerp, Ricky Luna, is going to be following me. I got another match against him up there. And then, I'm just looking to hit the ground running this summer, try to get as many matches and as many opportunities as I can, salvage for myself. Looking to end the year strong, start the summer strong and end the year strong. So.
Very nice.
No, you definitely wish you luck in all of that. I mean, you're going to have a big match this weekend, as we've mentioned. Taking on King Outlaw is going to be a mountain to climb, but we'll see. We'll see what version of King Outlaw shows up. That's distracted, mean. I don't know.
Maybe a big mountain, but I tell you, I do my cardio, and you guys can tell. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't need to take my shirt off right now, but we're civilized right now. But
Yeah.
No, I mentioned your athleticism. I mentioned your prowess before you came on, and as much as I will give Jason Bruce all of the crap that I can because he deserves it, it's not going to be an easy night for you, Mike. He's going to be looking for some dirty tactics, and he isn't exactly an easy person to beat when he's fighting clean either. So I wish you luck. I hope, Jason doesn't get enough sleep. I hope, he has a rocking issue.
You say his name and he shall appear.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh, man.
Hi, Jason. Sorry, King Outlaw Jason
It is
Bruce.
King Outlaw Jason Bruce joining us from, I see you're at Advanced Fitness Center tonight. I haven't seen you around. Yeah, I haven't seen you around. Yes.
Chris, Jay, shut up.
what about me?
Y'all already talking too much. No kiss ass when I get on here now. Jay, you don't want to butt heads with me. I don't care if you are back in the ring, if you're 100% or not. I'm not the one. Mike, I looked up to you a little bit, and, I had some respect for you, and then you told me about where your upbringings were a little bit too close by. That's the sad part. Telling me that I'm unfocused. You're actually right. You're very correct. I am unfocused because lately I've been focused on getting in that ring and having fun, shaking the hips with my associate now, Joe Angelo Garcia, as Jackson Juicy. But now that I'm not focused, I just have blind fury behind me. You have a raging bull that's about to come at you, and you don't even know what's about to happen this Saturday. I don't care who's in front of me. I'm going to slap the piss out of them in that ring, and I'm going to remind them why that ring is my kingdom. That's all I wanted to say. Chris, I hate you.
I don't think that's very respectful. He didn't give me a chance to return the fire, but hey, I'll save it for this weekend. I'll save it for his weekend. I'll let him get the victory now on Thursday, and we'll see what happens once Saturday rolls around. So he said I'm right. So
Johnny may not be mad at me, but King Outlaw is.
Even I don't hate Chris Hill. I'll give him the appropriate amount of flack, which I think I'm actually behind my quota for the evening. But the hate is a strong word. And Jason, nope. I'm not going to lose my temper. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get frustrated. If Jason has an issue with me, he could talk to me in person on Saturday. But clearly his issues right now are with you, Mike. So I wish you the best of luck here within the next 48 hours in Alvarado, Texas.
thank you. Thank you very much. The only luck I'll need is to just not pop any tires on the way there. That's all. If I can keep all 4 tires, that's all that matters. Oh, you gave me the whole podcast? Nah, you were busy. I'm sure you're busy working out or looking at yourself in the mirror or something. I save that for off the company time. I'm going to get my workout after this. And yeah, that's all. We'll see what happens this Saturday, Jason.
Saturday night, Alvarado, Texas is the place to be. Craving Carnage, Pioneer Old Settlers Reunion Facility, right there in the big room. Plenty of room, but get your tickets now. VIP tickets will sell out. Front row tickets will likely sell out before the end of the evening. So get your tickets now. I know a lot of people have already purchased, and there's still room. So
I'm going to highly suggest it. VIP last time we were in Alvarado was an absolute blast to see and they had an absolute wonderful evening. As always, get your tickets ahead of time for APW because the line's long. I've stood in it myself. The line's long. You don't want to miss any seats. You want the best seat in the house. And to 1000% steal Chris Hill's plug, independent wrestling is very important. It's important whether you're coming from the Great White North up in upstate New York. There we go. I can do this.
I call it
Upstate
South
New
Canada.
York, South Canada. Yeah,
Yes.
I've definitely called it that before. Whether you're coming from the Great White North, whether you're in the shadow of the city of Philadelphia and the ECW arena, whether you're in the Mid-Atlantic and the Virginias and Carolinas, or whether you're here deep in the heart of Texas, Von Erich country, go see you some independent wrestling. That's what's important here. Support independent wrestling because you never know who's going to be on the shows, whether it be someone from the past that you watched on TV or whether it be someone that you'll watch in the future on TV.
Exactly.
You owe it to yourself. It's always a good time. It's most independent shows are a lot cheaper than the big shows that come to Dallas and Fort Worth. So go support independent wrestling. It's a wonderful time. You will not regret it.
Nothing wrong with the big boys. I think we all watch it and enjoy it, but there's something about being in an independent audience that's very special. So that will do it for us right now. But if you're watching on WSN, stay tuned. When we're done, we'll be switching into Metal Mayhem 2. If you're watching us on Amber's been on 3 tires this time. I wonder if Amber had something to do with that. If you're watching on Facebook, you want to switch over to YouTube, DC Network, something, and catch it. Metal Mayhem 2 premiering tonight. If you missed it live or just want to watch it again, it's coming up. Any final words tonight, gentlemen?
No, I just have to. One thing I'll say about the independent versus the big shows and stuff. I think the furthest seat in the last row in the independents, most of the time, it's closer than you'll ever get for the big shows. So being able to come and watch the action and see, the past and future superstars, like me, the future superstars. Watching me beat Jason Bruce this Saturday will be a lot of fun for all you guys. So buy your tickets now, and you'll all see my pretty face then.
All right. Jay, anything else?
Just get your tickets now. They sell really quick, less than 48 hours before the show starts. So go get your tickets. Thank you, everyone, for watching tonight. Mike, thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Chris Hill, you know what you did.
I'm here. Metal Mayhem 2 debuting here in minutes. Stick around on WSN, DC Network, or YouTube. You'll see you all on Saturday in Alvarado or Craving Carnage. Have a great night, gentlemen. We will see you Saturday.
Thank you.